and meet me in a comfortable seated position, top third of the mat. Comfortable seated position, you can sit cross-legged, legs out, one leg bent, totally up to you. We're just gonna start with a little bit of centering. So sit up nice and tall, crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Let the shoulders relax down away from the ears. If you need to, you can actually do a few shoulder circles just to find that deepest point where the shoulders are down away from the ears. And if it's comfortable for you, you can let the eyes close. If you don't want to close your eyes, if you just woke up or something like that, you can just have a soft gaze towards the front edge of your mat. Just bring your awareness to your breath. Breathe in and out through the nose. Doing a quick body scan here. As you breathe in, you'll feel the belly expand outwards, chest will rise, and then as you breathe out, everything's going to sink back in. So do that for about 3 to 5 more breaths. And then from here, bring your hands to your knees, and we'll just start with a few torso circles. So we're circling the shoulders over the pelvis, just to warm up the spine and the hips. Inhale as you come forward into spinal extension. Exhale as you press back. And go ahead and switch direction. Try to make this movement as smooth as you can. As smooth and as big as you can. And go ahead and come back to a neutral position. Switch the crossing of the legs. And then from here, we'll just do a few seated cat-cows. So I'll turn sideways so you can see my profile. A little bit more warming up the spine. Inhale, we're gonna rock forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades together so the chest is open. And then exhale, lean back. Chin drops down to chest and repeat. So inhale, lean forward, spinal extension. Exhale, lean back, spinal flexion. One more time, go ahead and lean forward. And go ahead and lean back. From here, come to a neutral position. Uncross the legs, drop the knees side to side a few times. Wake up the hip joints and the low back. And then we'll just kick the legs out to the side and come forward into a tabletop position. From here, we'll do a couple more cat-cows just like we did before. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward. And exhale, chin to chest. And we're going to add on to this movement in just a few seconds. So inhale, back bend. Exhale, spinal flexion. And then the next time you're inhaling, we're going to extend the right leg to the back of the room. So with your inhale, extend the right leg to the back. Exhale, bring the right knee forward to touch the chin. And repeat. Inhale, stretch that leg out behind you. And exhale, chin forward. One more time here, and then we're going to add the left arm. So exhale, chin to chest. Next, inhale, add in your left arm. So opposite leg, opposite foot. Opposite leg, opposite arm. You guys know what you're doing. Inhale, reach out both directions. And exhale, crunch it in, knee to elbow. Lots of core engagement here to stay nice and stable. And then go ahead and bring the hand and foot down. And we're going to do the same thing. Go ahead and start with lifting that left leg back. So we'll inhale, stretch the left leg back. And exhale, bring the left knee forward to touch the chin. And repeat. Just doing a few leg only here. So if you need to modify, you can always drop the hand down and do leg only. Go ahead and add your right arm. So inhale, reach out. And exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, reach out. And exhale, crunch it in. One more time. Inhale, stretch out opposite directions. And exhale, crunch it in. Go ahead and bring your hand and knee down. Tuck the toes under it. Let's press back, downward facing dog. So bend and straighten one knee at a time here. So you're walking your dog, stretching out through the hamstrings, the calves, arches of the feet, and the toes. Go ahead and straighten both legs, and with an inhale, roll forward into plank. And exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, plank. And exhale, hips back, down dog. One more time, inhale, roll forward, plank. And exhale, With an inhale, gaze forward in between the hands, and exhale, step your feet to the front of the mat. Half lift when you get there, and exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the side, stand all the way up. Palms touch at the top, and exhale, hands to heart center. From here, go ahead and just drop the hands down, and we'll shake it out, separate the feet, swing the arms, empty coat sleeves, let your arms be dead weight. Stretch out through the shoulders, the spine, and the hips. And then slow that down, come back to center. And make sure you're standing in the top third of the mat. We'll move through a few sun salutations. So standing with the feet separated, about shoulders width distance apart. Engage the core, relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Quads engage so the kneecaps lift. This is your mountain pose. You want a really strong stance here. Holding that stance, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, small back bend if you want it. Inhale, come right back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your feet back, plank pose. Take a breath in here. And exhale, lower yourself down to the mat. Elbows squeezing the sides like a tricep push-up. Inhale, lift chest and hands. Keep the tops of the feet on the floor. Exhale, drop the chest down. Push up for this first time on your knees, and then hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop your feet, front of the mat. Half lift when you get there, and exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the sides, and stand all the way up, palms touch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause here to take a breath, sort of reset. Find your mountain stance. Reach crown of the head towards the ceiling, but at the same time, press the feet actively down into the mat. Bring the hands together at heart center. Press the palms together, and with an inhale, reach up. Exhale, small back bend. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop your feet back, plank. Slow motion push-up again, so breathe in. With your exhale, go ahead and lower down, elbows squeezing the sides. Inhale, lift the chest up. You can keep the hands on the floor this time. Exhale, drop the chest. Go ahead and curl the toes, lift the knees off the floor. Engage through the core, push through the hands. And we'll just do one strict push-up, up through plank, and then into downward facing dog. Pause here in your downward facing dog. Big breath in through the nose. And sigh it out through the mouth. Cleansing breath. Let's throw in a little bit more core work. So step the feet together. Lift your right leg up. Three-legged dog. Go ahead and bring your right knee forward to touch the chin. Hover that foot above the ground. And then exhale, press back. So this is similar to that plank to down dog that we did. Go ahead and bring the right knee to right elbow. And press back. And go ahead and bring the right knee across the body, touch the left elbow, and exhale, press back. Bring this right foot through in between the hands. And then let's sweep the arms up, high crescent lunge. Nice, so hold your lunge here. Bring the hands together at heart center. Keep that chest nice and lifted. If you want a little bit of back bend, inhale, reach up through the crown of the head. Exhale, lean back as you bend into this front knee. Option to lift the hands here if you'd like. And then go ahead and come back up, reach up nice and tall. Few lunges here, bend the back knee and straighten. Go ahead and bend and straighten. One more time, bend and straighten. From here, we're gonna kick up into warrior three. So you can bring the hands to the hips or out to the sides. Power up this back leg. Take as many steps as you need. Kick this back leg off the floor. Really strong standing legs. So this is also called a balancing stick. You want your toes pointing down here. Once you found your balance, reach the arms in line with the ears. Hold and breathe. Find your focal point, so spot on the floor to stare at. And hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your fingertips to the floor, standing split. Lift this back leg up as high as you can. So pretty deep stretch for that standing leg. Take a big breath in And exhale, bend the standing leg, bring the toes behind you, wiggle the arms into warrior two. Hands to hips, take a moment to find your stance. Engage the legs as if you're gonna rip the mat apart. Your legs aren't gonna move, but you should feel the difference in the glutes. And then from here, open up the hands. Check out your back hand, make sure it's in line with the shoulders, and then gaze back forward. You want a deep bend in this front knee. And then from here, flip the front palm, reach up and back, peaceful triangle. Come back, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, warrior two. Hold. Extended side angle, right elbow to thigh, left arm in line with the ears. Go ahead and warm up with a few shoulder circles here. We're going for the bind. Switch direction of your circles. And for the bind, you're just gonna take this top arm, drop it back behind you, bottom arm reaches underneath. So, little variation here if you guys wanna play around with your balance a bit more. We're gonna kick up this back leg and just step it forward to meet the front. And you can hold here. Your right toes are gonna be on the ground. You're gonna be standing on the left foot. If you wanna take it a step further, we're just gonna stand on that left leg, right leg up in the air, still holding the bind. And then option to hold here or play around with straightening that right leg. Wherever you are, hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come back down. Bring the right foot to the ground, step that left foot back. We're meeting back in warrior two, release the bind, come back up, and then straighten this front leg. Bring your hands to your hips, do little sassy hips, stretch out through the inner thighs, and then press the hips to the back, triangle pose. You guys probably guessed it. Reach forward, and then drop this right hand down, left hand comes up. Body in one plane of motion, option to gaze up at those fingertips. Hold your triangle pose here. We'll throw in a little bit of work for the obliques. Bring the top arm in line with the ears. Bring the bottom arm up and hold here. For 3, 2, and 1. Open back up. Pull yourself up. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your toes to face the long edge of the mat, so we're in this wide stance. Hands to hips. Let's do some big hula hooping circles here with the hips. So you can go as slow or as fast as you'd like here. You're shooting for full range of motion in the hip joints. Go ahead and switch direction. And you're shooting for some comfortable stretching through the hamstrings, low back, and inner thighs. Next time your hips are going to the back of the room, go ahead and drop the hands down to the floor in front of you. Inhale and a half lift. Come to your fingertips and exhale, fold. Turn your toes so that they're facing in, so you're slightly pigeon-toed. And then from here, we'll come into a twist. So inhale, a half lift again. Put your right hand on the floor, bring your left hand up, twist. If you want, you can bring your left hand to your low back and just point that elbow up to the ceiling. You can also grab onto your right hip crease. Final option, grab onto your left ankle with your right hand. Take a big breath in and exhale, release. Switch sides, left hand to the floor, right hand comes up. Again, hand to low back. Or hand wraps around and grabs onto the left hip crease. Elbow still points up towards the ceiling. Press into that bottom hand to hold that twist. Or grab onto your right ankle. Big breath in. And exhale, release. From here, bend the knees and heel toe your feet in some. In with your toes pointing out. And we're just going to squat down, walk the hands up to the thighs. So we're coming into our goddess squat. Go ahead and twist. So drop one shoulder down, twist to the side, and switch. And switch. And switch. Good. Go ahead and come back through the center. Stand it up. You can step or hop the feet together. And let's stand back at the top third of the mat and reset. Find mountain pose. If you want a cleansing breath here, big breath in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Bring the hands together at heart center. Press the palms together. With your next inhale, reach up. Keep pressing the hands together as you reach up. And exhale, back bend. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop your feet back into plank. Hold your plank here. Let's do some alternating side planks. Separate the feet, drop the heels side to side. Arc those hips up and over that imaginary beach ball underneath you. And then throw in that arm movement, alternating one side at a time. Remembering to keep those hips lifted nice and high. If you need to modify, drop down to that bottom knee, of course. And we'll keep going here for 3, 2, and 1. Meet me in plank pose. Hold your plank. Big breath in. Exhale, lower down. Slow motion push-up, eccentric work. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, drop the chest. Tuck the toes, strict push-up. Squeeze those elbows in. Press yourself up through plank. And hips up, downward facing dog. Step your feet together and down dog. Lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Inhale, bring your left knee forward to touch the chin. Exhale, press back. Inhale, left knee forward to touch the left elbow. Exhale, press back. And then left knee across the body. Try to touch the right elbow with your knee. And exhale, press back. Go ahead and bring your right foot through in between the hands. Come light on the fingertips and let's sweep the arms up in line with the ears, high crescent lunge. Bring the hands together at heart center, and just like we did before, we're working with that back bend. So you have a deep bend in your front knee. With an inhale, reach up through the crown of the head. Find a nice long spine first, and then exhale, back bend. Option to reach the arms up in line with the ears. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come back up. And then let's drop the back heel, open up for warrior 3. Don't drop the back heel. We skip warrior 3 on this side. So power up your back leg, and we'll come into our warrior 3. Hands to hips. Kick that back leg off the floor. And just hold here. So your arms can come out to the side like airplane wings. Make sure your back toes are pointing down. And then final variation is to bring the arms in line with the ears. Balancing stick. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring fingertips to the floor. Lift that back leg up. Standing split. You obviously don't have to be in a split here. We're just focused on this pretty intense hamstring stretch for the standing leg. Hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bend your standing leg. Bring your back foot down. And now windmill the arms into warrior 2. So I'm going to turn so I can face the camera. From here in warrior 2, flip the front palm, reach the arm up and back as you straighten the leg, and then come back warrior 2. So just a quick little kriya here. Inhale, straighten, reach up, and exhale, warrior 2. One more time. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, warrior 2. From here, we're going to take the bind. So reach your left elbow to your thigh, back arm in line with the ears, and just circle this arm around, stretching out through the chest and the shoulders. Go ahead and switch direction. And then if you want the bind, we're going to take this top arm, drop it back behind you. You can shorten your stance just a little. Reach your bottom arm underneath. Find fingertips. Same variation of bird of paradise on this side. You can step your back foot forward. I'll turn to face you guys so you have a front-facing view. You're going to shift the weight into your right foot, come onto your left toes. You can hold here for now. If you're ready for the balance, chest all the way up, and you're in bird of paradise. The final option here is to work towards straightening this left leg. So you can sort of play around with that for 3, 2, and 1. We'll just bend forward, step this left foot back down. We're going to step the right foot back into warrior 2. Release the bind, pull yourself back up, straighten front leg, hands to hips. A little bit of sassy hips to prepare for triangle pose, and then hips to the back. Reach the arms forward, tilt down, left hand to shin, right hand in the air. Hold here and breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. A little bit of core work. Drop this top arm in line with the ears. Bring your bottom arm up and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Open back up. Turn both set of toes to face me. We're coming back into that wide leg forward fold. So hands on the hips. Make sure you're a little pigeon-toed here. Slide the hips to the back. Go ahead and drop the chest and head down. Bring your hands to the floor underneath you. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, fold. From here, inhale to half lift, and we'll just bend into one knee at a time as you walk your hands side to side. If you need to adjust your ankles or your feet as you move from side to side, feel free. And each time I go to one side, I take it a little bit deeper. So then I switch, try to lower the hips down into a little squat. You can lift the heel of the leg that's bent if you need to. And you have a little bit of freestyling here to kind of work into your body as needed. If you want to do this with no hands, that's also a fun challenge you can do. Just switching side to side, hands together at heart center. Takes lots of control and focus. Wherever you are, go ahead and come back through the middle. And then come back into your wide leg forward fold. Rock some weight into the balls of the feet, and then rock some weight back into the heels. We're going to come into our wide leg downward facing dog. So walk your hands forward about a foot, maybe about 12 inches, and then press the hips back so that the heels of the feet reach the floor. Cleansing breath here. Breathe in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. And then from here, go ahead and walk the hands back. Heel toe the feet in some, turn the toes out, sink the hips down, and let's come back into this goddess squat. Nice. Bring the hands together at heart center here. Press your knees to the back of the room. Hold this squat. Fire up the medial glutes for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and straighten the legs. Hands to hips. Shake it out a little. We're going to come back into our goddess squat. So if you need to adjust your stance, go ahead and take some time to do that. Turn the toes to face out. And then inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, keep that length as you bend the knees. Reach the arms up in line with the ears. Bend your right elbow. Come into a little tricep stretch. You can hold here or reach around with your left fingertips and find the bind. Grabbing fingertips to fingertips. Hold. Press the back of the head into the arms and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Straighten the legs. Shake it out. Big breath in. Lengthen. Exhale. Squat. Reach the arms up. This time bend the left elbow. Hold here or take the bind by reaching back with your right hand and grabbing fingertips to fingertips. Press the back of the head into the arms, chest lifted. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Stand it up. And then let's step or hop the feet together. Excellent work. Go ahead and stand back at the top of the mat. And then just shake it out. Now is a great time to grab a sip of water if you need it. From here, we're going to come into a little squat. It's like a chair pose squat. So bring the feet together. Squeeze the legs together as if you have one giant leg. So squeeze the feet together, thighs together. Inhale, Bring your arms forward and exhale, chair pose. Nice, so hold here. Keep squeezing the legs together really tightly. Engage through the core. And then let's just kick those heels off the floor. So we're balancing on the balls of the feet. Keep those shoulders relaxed. And then imagine you're moving in slow motion as if you're moving through like honey or molasses. And we're just going to slowly, slow burn, sink the hips all the way down to the heels. Once you're there, just hold, balance on the toes and the balls of the feet for just a little while longer. Arms still out as like a counterbalance. And then from here, nice and controlled, we're just going to sink the hips back until we're seated. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall out to the side. So we ended up in butterfly pose. So once you're there, just get there. And then in butterfly pose, we'll do a little twist. So one hand to the foot, other hand comes behind you. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, come back forward. Switch sides, one hand to the foot, other hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, come back forward. Go ahead and use your hands, pull the knees together, and let's roll back onto our backs. Hug the knees in. Rock a little side to side, stretch out through the low back. And then from here, we'll do a little bit of spinal twisting. So feet to the ground, open your hands, cross your right leg over your left leg. Slide your hips to the right as you drop your knees over to the left. Relax here, hold and breathe. So we're moving into a quick cool down. You guys can let your heart rate come down from here. We're just doing a few stretches where gravity is doing the work. So just kind of relax into this twist. Try to keep your right shoulder blade planted on the floor as your knees drop over to the left. We'll hold here for about 3 more breaths. If there's any other variation of a twist that you know that you want to take, you also have some freedom to do that here as well. And go ahead and bring the knees back up. Uncross the legs, slide the hips back to center, and let's switch sides. So this time your left leg is crossed over your right. Press into your right foot to slide your hips to the left. Drop your knees over to the right. Same thing here, try to keep this left shoulder planted on the floor as your knees fall over to the right. And you can choose to gaze up towards the ceiling or turn your head and gaze towards your left fingertips. Again, allow yourself to relax into the stretch. With each breath, you might find that you can go a little bit deeper. And then going ahead and re-engaging a little bit through the core. Use that engagement to pull your knees back up. Go ahead and uncross the legs, scoop the hips back to center. And let's make our way into Savasana. If there's any last minute stretches that you need here, if you need to hug the knees into the chest one last time, or you need a quick reclining butterfly, feel free. For Savasana, we're just gonna straighten both legs. Let your toes fall out to the sides, arms out by the sides, and just completely relax. You can choose to relax here, eyes open or closed, or you can choose to come into a seated meditation. We're going to spend about 1 minute here just completely relaxing. So Savasana is just important for integration. We're taking a few moments here to find a sense of gratitude for the workout that we just gave ourselves this morning. And then we're just letting that go. So letting go of all muscular engagement, letting go of the breath, letting go of your thoughts, especially any sort of judgmental thoughts. Completely relax relax. Let your body be heavy. Feel the support of the ground underneath you. And then let that go. And then we'll go ahead and deepen the breath here. Breathe in through the nose. And sigh it out through the mouth. Go ahead and bring some movement back into the body by moving the fingers, wiggling the toes, doing a few ankle circles or wrist circles. And then bend the knees, place the feet flat on the floor. Pick your favorite side and roll over into a fetal position. And then use as little energy as possible to just press yourself up into the seated position the way we started class. Bringing the hands together at heart center, bow the chin to the chest. Take a moment to thank yourselves for coming to this Yoga Fusion live stream. And I thank you guys for joining me this morning. Namaste.